Hello, good afternoon all of you. I am Professor Chavan Vidi from Rai Shikshan Sanstha's Karmur Bhaurav Patil Institute of Management Studies and Research, Varai, Satara. Today we are going to discuss about introduction of Linux operating system and introduction to Linux operating system. What is Linux operating system? Linux is the true 32-bit Unix-like operating system originally for the home PCs, but now it runs on the variety of platforms including the PowerPC, Macintosh, Amiga, DEC Alpha, SunSpark, ARM, and many others. The source code for the Linux is the pre-available to everyone. Linux was created by the Linus Torvalds in 1991 and it has been developed with the help of many programmers across the internet. Now it has evolved into the very functional, powerful and usable clone of the Unix which has at least 10 million users worldwide web. While a Linux distribution has thousands of dollars worth of software for the no cost. Linux is the complete operating system, like stable, the crash of the application is much less likely to bring down the operating system under the Linux. Reliable means Linux servers are often up for the hundreds of days compared with the regular reboots required with the Windows system. Extremely powerful, Linux provides the complete development environment. Also Linux operating system provides the excellent networking facilities and ideal environment to run the servers such as the web server or an FTP server. A wide variety of the commercial software is available if not satisfy the free software. Easily upgradable, Linux operating system is easily upgradable. Linux operating systems support the multiple processors. Also, Linux operating system through the multitasking multi-user operating system, an excellent Windows system called X, the equivalent of the Windows, but much more flexible. Also, Linux operating system provide the full source code is provided and free. The Linux system excel in many areas, ranging from an end user concerns such as the stability, speed, ease of use to serious concern such as the development and networking to serious concerns such as the development and networking like Linux kernel, Linux networking and Linux file system. Linux kernel. The kernel is the central nervous system of the Linux, include the operating system code which runs the whole computer. It provides the resources to all other programs that you run under the Linux and manages all the other programs as they run. The Linux operating system kernel includes the code that performs certain specialized tasks including the TCP/IP networking. Also, Linux operating system kernel design is modular so that the actual operating system code is very small to be able to load when it needs and free the memory afterwards. Thus, the kernel remains small and fast and highly extensible. In Linux operating system, Linux networking comes naturally to Linux. In a real sense, Linux is the product of the internet or world wide web. Linux is the product of the internet or world wide web. Linux is made for the networking. Linux operating system is the made for the networking or also made for the development. Probably all the networking protocols in the use on the internet are the native to Unix or Linux. A large part of the web is the running on the Linux boxes. Example AOL networking protocols. The Linux kernel support the several networking protocol. Our Linux operating system kernel is support the several networking protocols like TCP/IP means transfer control protocol or internet protocol. IP is the primary network protocol supported by the Linux. Next is the IPX. IPX means Inter Network Packet Internetwork Packet Exchange. Next, Apple Talk DTP, Amateur Radio AX.25 Level 2. These are the different Linux operating system networking protocols. Linux operating system supported features like forwarding, firewall operations, proxy and mask ordering, accounting, tunneling and intranets, aliasing. Linux operating system support the file system like Linux has the hierarchical unified file system. Also, we also says Linux is the rooted file structure or hierarchical file structure. Linux operating system support the 256 character file names. All command line entries are the case sensitive. Use the slash rather than the backslash you have been using in DOS, like for the rooted structure of the Linux operating system file system. Types of the files in Linux operating system, like first one is the ordinary files. Or in ordinary file, we use the text files, data files, command text files, executable files. Next one is the directory files, means those are different directory files used in the system. Next one is the links. In links, rather than having multiple copies of the file, Linux uses the linking to one file to save disk. Next one is the special devices files, etc.